Hello everybody. Welcome you all to attend this class. Today we shall discuss about reported speech. Before going to know about this, what is reported speech? So one more meaning and one more word for this one is that is direct and indirect speech. So now let us see what is reported speech. There are two ways of reporting what a speaker says. They are different as follows. That is direct speech. When we use the exact word of the speaker, then it is called as a direct speech. For example, one example for a direct speech, Rama said, "I am very busy now." When we would like to change into as an indirect speech, so now you can see here, indirect speech means when we report the speech in our own words, then it is called as indirect speech. For example, Rama said that he was very busy then. By seeing of these example, we come to know that there is changes of tenses, pronouns, and connection of the two sentences by adding that. So like this, we can make a number of sentences in a direct and indirect speech. Now when we make a practice of this one, see, I am going to give you some examples here how to form the sentences. The teacher said to him, "Are you Nikhil?" So this is a direct speech. Now you can change into as an indirect speech. The teacher asked him if he was Nikhil. So in this sentence, what we can understand here, if any helping verbs comes in the beginning of the sentence which is written in inverted comma, then we have to use if or whether in indirect speech. So I hope that we have understood this one. Now next one, Ravi says, "I have done my homework." Direct speech. Ravi says that he has done his homework. It is indirect speech. Next one, the stranger said to me, "Please help me." Direct speech. The stranger requested me to help him. It is a indirect speech. Next one, Sita said to her son, "May you lie along." Direct speech. It is a direct speech. Now again you can change into indirect speech. Sita wished that her son might lie long. So like this you can form as an indirect speech. When we would like to change into from direct to indirect speech, we can see there are some rules which can be used to form the sentences. For example, so look at here, general rules. Number one, remove the comma and inverted commas in indirect speech. Number two, use the conjunction that in indirect speech. Number three, use the words asked, inquired, demanded in interrogative sentences. Use the link words if or whether in interrogative sentences. And next one, use the words ordered, requested in imperative sentences. Like this, you can follow some rules. Now next, we can discuss about changes that takes place in reported speech. There are four main changes in transforming direct speech into an indirect speech. Number one, change of the reporting verb. Reporting verb, the verb outside the inverted comma has to be changed depending upon sentence or reported speech. For example, said without an object. Said, told with an object. Said, replied if it is replied. Said, answer if it is an answer. So like you can see these some changes to be done in indirect speech. Now next second point, change of person. That is, he becomes she, you becomes he or she according to the sentences. Keep it in mind. Your becomes him or her. Change of pronoun, nominative, accusative, possessive. So like this, you can see here, I, me, my, mine. We becomes us, our, ours. They, them, their, theirs. So when we go and follow this, that is what we say here, nominative, accusative and possessive sentences. At the term, you can follow this rule. Next one, change of tense forms. You might have studied in your earlier classes about what is tense. Now, on the basis of that only, you can change the tenses you can use or implement in a direct and indirect speech. Change of tense form. Number one, simple present tense changes into simple past tense. Number two, present continuous tense changes into past continuous tense. Number three, present perfect tense changes into past perfect tense. Number four, present perfect continuous tense changes into past perfect continuous tense. Number five, simple past tense changes into past perfect tense. Number six, past continuous tense changes into past perfect continuous tense. So like this, there will be changing of tenses while we change from direct to indirect speech. Now here, there are some helping verbs and modals or auxiliaries. So how they are going to be changed in indirect speech? In a direct speech, am, is, are, when we see or want to change the sentence into indirect, then it becomes was. Have, has, it becomes had. Will becomes would. Shall becomes should. Can becomes could. May becomes might. I becomes he or she. You becomes he, she, they, him, her, them. Like this you can change according to the sentences. My becomes his or her. We becomes him or her. Us becomes them. Our becomes their. Like this you can see here. There are some other words in a day-to-day life we are using. When we would like to change into from direct to indirect speech, then you can follow this one. In a direct speech, your. In indirect speech, their, his, her. Today, that day. Tomorrow becomes the next day. Yesterday becomes the previous day. Now becomes them. This becomes that. These becomes those. Here becomes there. Tonight becomes that night. Do or does becomes did. Since becomes from. To becomes to. Like this, there are some words which can be changed in indirect speech while we changing from direct to indirect speech. When we look at MCQ questions, number one, the exact words of the speaker is direct speech. There are two options. One is false and true. The answer is true. That is second one, B. Next question. In converting sentences, one has to remove dash dash, that is fill in the blanks. There are three options. Among these three, you can find out only one. That is comma, inverted comma, and inverted comma. The answer is comma and inverted comma. What is comma and inverted comma? Next one, third one, if the reporting verb is with the object, then the word said is changed to, there are four options: said, told, replied, answered. So now the answer is second one, B, told. So like this, you can make MC questions to identify the real answer, and it will be useful for you to get more and more ideas about on particular chapter. Now, when we when we would like to know and understand and study about this direct and indirect speech, that is reported speech, you have to take the benefit of some reference books. They are like Sina LK Business Communications, Galgod Publishing Company, New Delhi, 2002. Second one, Narayan Swami KR, Success with English and Composition, Orient Longman, Chennai, 2003. Third one, Dobrovian Situational Grammar, Dobrovian's Situational Grammar, Visalandra Publishing House, Hyderabad, 2005. Last one, Murphy Raymond, his Intermediate English Grammar, Cambridge University, Press, New Delhi, 1994. So I hope that you will be able to get a benefit of these important examples which are given here. Thank you.